Thank you, Mr. Chadda and Bhuvnesh ji. I think all the chefs have been talking about hygiene and sanitization, and of course, we cannot deny that we are not following. There are a lot of standards which have been put in because see, from the beginning when we start from the college, we have been taught hygiene and sanitization, and a lot of things on hygiene we talk about because we say that hygiene starts from home. But yes, today's time, there is a lot of fear in the customer mind that whether the food is safe, whether the food which we are going to eat, whether it is going to be the same, because we have been talking about, a lot of contamination can happen by touch. So distancing, touchless menu, touchless this. So we are talking about all that which is coming. And what has been happening is we have been receiving a lot of, manuals and guidelines through the government. Like Ministry of Health, FSI has released a lot of guidelines which need to be followed now. So it is not related to only hygiene. There are certain guidelines which have been given by them, whether it is for kitchen, whether it is for restaurant, whether it is for banqueting, that this needs to be followed. Like 50 people only can attend a wedding, which Chef Arun was talking about, and everybody has heard about that. So keeping all that in mind, there is a mix of feeling which is there in customer mind, but we as a chef need to definitely bring that confidence back in the customer's mind that what we are serving is safe. And of course, we have taken care of all, ensuring that everything which is coming is safe. We are maintaining social distancing. We are following all the guidelines. I feel that there will be definitely a need of an hour now to, take it to a different level now of the hygiene. We all know, because India, vendor management is a bigger concern, which has always been in our hotel, and which remains still. Getting the food from the right, the raw material from the right vendor, whether he's maintaining his place in the right way or not. So these are the checks which definitely I feel the government will start, which we can see from the guidelines which are coming from the government. So what we have done is, like, I think every hotel has done, we had to definitely tweak and bring in some new SOPs or manuals which we have been created. Like in our company, we have created a manual for each and every department to follow. And these are the guidelines which are based on the guidelines given by the government. And of course, we have learned a lot, and keeping in mind that how we need to ensure that our food is safe, we have done, like, from the vendor management point of view, when we bring in the food, we definitely make sure that the guest, the vendor which is coming in, he's checked, his vehicle is checked, his vehicle is sprayed or sanitized. He's also supposed to do a declaration form, which is mandatory now. He's supposed to have a Arogya Setu app, which is very mandatory now. So, and he should be in mask and everything, which is to be followed. The vehicle comes in, then of course, we need to ensure that whatever food is coming in, if it is in a grocery, then that material definitely has to be isolated for 24 hours, depending on what kind of material is coming. If it is highly perishable, then definitely we need to go in for sanitizing, as we have been doing. So that practice will not change. That practice will continue, like as Rohit Tambir says, but we will be definitely very strict now to ensure that our food raw material which is coming in the hotel is very, very safe. And there are a lot of hotels which have now, gone in partnering with the companies, which in the organizations which have been, which help you in maintaining a sanitized area or hygiene practices. Like, you have Bureau Veritas, you have Diversity. So Diversity is also now started, like they have come up with the new guidelines, and this is a new seal which they have come up, which is rest assured. So this helps you to follow a certain kind of guidelines which we have gone into. So those guidelines help us that, and they'll be helping us in doing the audits. They'll be helping us to ensure that all the guidelines which are required are followed. So that is what is a new norm which is going to come in. Now coming to the employees which we have in the kitchens. So of course, if you actually ask me, the back area is the backbone of a hotel. So we need to ensure that our back area are safe in terms of what food we are producing, which we have been doing it. But now a new norm which has come is that the staff has to wear a mask. They have to continuously do sanitizing. They have to continuously keep on washing their hands. It is, of course, now becoming difficult for the kitchen staff, especially, to wear a mask and to work on a tandoor. It's heat. So certain things have to change maybe, but for the moment we have to follow the guidelines because, and of course in the kitchen now, what has happened is that we have, we have marked the areas to maintain a social distancing. We have reduced the staff. We have reduced our menu. In a way, if you actually see, reducing the menu will help us to produce, to keep producing new items in our menu, which we can regularly keep on changing and bring in new dishes in the menu. So that is what we are doing. Social distancing is the main thing which we have been following in our area. And of course, to ensure that this is followed, we have made a checklist which is to be signed by the chef every day, that he is following all these guidelines which are being given. These are the things which are become mandatory now, and I think the government will definitely make sure that these guidelines will become more strict to be followed. Contactless delivery is another thing which we have to follow now, especially in-room dining. As Chef Arun said, that now in-room dining will become, more people will get to use in-room dining. So the food has been delivered up to the door, and the guest has to then take the food inside. That's what probably we'll have to follow now. So these are the guidelines which have come up, which we have to follow now. If you actually see most of our menus, especially the coffee shop menu or in-room dining menu, we definitely have a health selection for the customer. But I feel now that there'll be another section which will get created, that which will be an immunity booster food. We have seen, like, we have guests who are coming in, and we have been offering them as a welcome drink. We have offered them a kada or gold milk booster. So these are things which have been regularly, now the customer is asking for it. So I think this will become a trend now. And as Chef Manisha was also talking about, that a lot of local ingredients, if you actually historically see that our ingredients, like, ginger we have, like we have cloves, we have cumin. These are all ingredients which actually built up your immunity. There are ragi drinks we can do. You can do ragi products, like, ragi, what do you call, ragi ki kadhi you can do millets in your menu. So these are the things which definitely will now come in as your trend. Like, we have a lot of ingredients which are there, which will be definitely used. Now, if in India, if you see, giloy is another thing which we have been now saying that it is very good immunity booster. So I have a team of chefs who's now actually working on bringing in some new dishes. Especially one of the chef has now created a dish which is made out of on the giloy stick. So these are the things I feel will definitely come in the practice now and in our menus, which you will see. Now there are seeds which are being used in our, which was not there, which we use a lot of seeds now in our menus now, which we have been doing, like pulsi seed and all that. So this will definitely become practice now, and that is a new thing which will definitely create a new